channel, we released a YouTube video, a clip, I want to say 2 weeks ago, showing off the gameplay footage. And I think I can show that. Let me see here. Let's see if I can go ahead and show that. So welcome everybody. I'll pause the music here. Let me show off this gameplay. Oh, music's louder than my voice. Thank you. Okay, trying to capture the window here. Okay. Anyways, let me back up this video here. So this is like the gameplay video. If you saw this, I want to say 2 weeks ago. So that's me playing. That's as far as the point of view. And the other player is Michelle, my wife. So we're playing. Let me just turn some music on here, but let me turn it down. So yeah, so we're playing this game. We got networking working. I know last time, if you watched the streams, last stream we didn't have anything working. We didn't have, like, the authentication was broken. We weren't able to create a lobby because we're getting like a weird like 404 or 403 error. I think if you look back at the last stream, and I tried like everything I could at the moment, but it was just like, in the end, I had to just take it offline and try to work it out on my own. So I'll go over those changes later today, but I just want to show off this video as a kickoff. Hey, what's up, Michelle? Yes, it is so cool. And so as you can see, this is just like two dinos messing around here. And I need to capture video of us actually playing the game, but this is where we're at right now with this video. But I will show off the progress of where we are now. So let's pause this video. It's actually a pretty cool video. Very happy with it. Okay. Back to the room. So as far as what I've been up to since the last stream, it's been about like, let's see. So right now I've been searching for a new job, and searching a new job within either like the web app or mobile app space, startup space, or within something more like enterprise backend development, or looking for something more in the game development. So I've been really focused on that as well, applying to jobs and searching, and then also getting ready for the game developers conference that happened last week. So I was there in the game developers conference in San Francisco, and it was from March 18th to the 22nd, and that was actually a lot of fun. I think 17th to 22, but I don't know, 18th to 22, and that was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of fellow game developers. Got to talk about the stuff I've been working on, learning what they're working on, go to different sessions. I went to Unity sessions, I went to Unreal sessions, or at least one session, the big State of Unreal session, and I have pictures and some video from all that. So hopefully soon I'll compile a video and kind of put that up on the channel. But if anyone has any questions about GDC and if it's like worth going, in my opinion, it was definitely worth going. I made a lot of connections, networked with a lot of people, got to kind of feel the vibe and the love of the community, even though there's obviously like a damper on the game development community and the tech industry in general because of all the massive layoffs that's been happening. and people did speak to it. No one just glossed it over, so that was really great. So kind of felt like a sense of camaraderie, and then got to talk about my game and my gameplay with people at Xbox and people at Unity, and they showed a lot of enthusiasm for what I was working on. So that was like a big lift for what I was doing. So really happy for that. Okay, so let's go over some of the changes that have been going on for Dino Collectors since we were last together. So I'll bring it up here. And again, this is kind of like a disjointed live stream, but getting back into the mix. Got a second monitor here, so if I look off here, that's where I'm looking at a second monitor. Got my phone up here to look at comments, so kind of going back and forth. But appreciate y'all being here. This is live entertainment. Okay, so let me share this screen now. All right. So you're seeing my display. You're seeing like my taskbar and windows and stuff like that. But this is my GitHub for the Loot Legends game right now. It first started out with Loot Legends as the game name. Now we're calling it Dino Collectors for now, and that's still a working title. But kind of going over what the game is. I know people have asked about this, but here is my game design document and kind of detailing what the game is about. So Dino Collectors working title. There's some other stuff here that we don't want to show. Mercy. But anyways, as you can see, there's another title. It's already been exposed. Whatever. So there's another title that we're thinking about, but won't get into that much too much. We'll see. Maybe there's more stuff here that I need to dash out of here. But anyways, so this is the game design document, or the GDD as they sometimes say, and this is just kind of giving you like an overall understanding of what the game is and what it aspires to be. And so it says here, Dino Collectors merges the playful charm of toy dinosaurs brought to life within a child's imagination with competitive and strategic gameplay elements reminiscent of Brawl Stars, Hungry Hippos, Astro Bears, Party Animals, and Bomberman. So there's a lot of comps there, or comparisons, but I think to me it makes a lot of sense to talk about it in this way, because it kind of paints a picture of what the game aspires to be. So the game invites players into a vibrant, imaginative world where they can engage in collecting coins while strategically deploying sabotage tactics against opponents. So the sabotage tactics that haven't quite worked out from a design standpoint. There are some ideas in this document, but nothing's been like fleshed out yet. But the main thing I wanted to focus on is that I finally figured out the genre. It's an online multiplayer party game, and that's thanks to like looking at Party Animals, which is on Xbox Game Pass now. Great game, lots of fun. I've been playing it, just kind of gaining inspiration, and then kind of lurking on Steam and looking at games that are kind of similar to what I'm trying to build with what we're trying to build with Dino Collectors. So concept in Dino Collectors, players embody the spirits of toy dinosaurs alive within the boundless realms of a child's imagination. And kind of got this idea from my wife Michelle, where the dinosaurs are like actually like being played with by kids. That was the kind of like world that we're thinking of. These toy dinosaurs engage in thrilling matches, collecting coins to prove their prowess while navigating through whimsically dangerous arenas. The arenas are fraught with obstacles and opportunities to lay traps for opponents, turning the tide of competition with clever sabotage. So that's kind of, and you'll see there's like a quick note, I think, somewhere where I talk about sabotage, or maybe somewhere else. But that's like the sabotage ideas I have in mind, because I was thinking Bomberman, and maybe you kind of like deploy items as a way to attack other players. And we still might do that, but for now, I think what I've been envisioning for this game will be more about the arena being dangerous and sabotaging the players kind of all together. So we'll see how it works out. But basic gameplay mechanics, collection, so you're collecting coins, the sabotage we talked about a little bit, and movement. And then this is where it gets kind of cool with the game modes, right? So standard mode. This is a core game mode. This is what you'll see today, where players compete to be the first to collect 20 or 25 coins. Matches can be set up in private lobbies for friends or through matchmaking with players around the world. So right now we have the private lobbies for friends. That's already working. We're not releasing the game yet. There's no Steam page. This is very early on. This is like, we're still technically in pre-production, I think, but anyone can correct me about that. But that's where it's going. And so this is more of like the understandings of what's going to happen. This is going to be changing around a lot, so don't worry about monetization. Free-to-play model. For now, that's kind of what we're thinking, but I think that's definitely going to change. But that's the game. That's Dino Collectors. So if anyone's like, what are you making? What are you making? This is the game design document. We're like, this is like our for sure next titled release game. There might be one sneaky mobile game that might get released before then, but this is our major priority release. So we're pretty happy about that. And as far as like our last major release is concerned, if you didn't know, that game was Fat Roll the game. So that's already released. That was released in 2022. You can download on iOS or on Android phones. There's a nice little mini cinematic trailer. There's some screenshots from the game. Here's one of our skins. We got Dapper Cat right there, and there's the team right here. So very good team, very good game. So if you want to check out our first release, definitely go do that. And that game is free to download and play. All right, so let's switch back here. All right, we got our image. We're back in the room. But yeah, doing some fun stuff today. I definitely want to get into Unity's roadmap. Unity is a game engine I've been using. Also get into Unreal's roadmap. That's another game engine I'm starting to learn how to use. But one of the things I just want to highlight before getting more into what we've been doing with Dino Collectors has been the theme. I was talking to my kind of like the head professor at the program where I teach at, and he was mentioning, like, asking me like what was the theme from GDC. And so at first, like, you could say it could be AI, right? Generative AI. That's what a lot of people are talking about, and people did talk about that. But it wasn't. I wouldn't say AI was a major thing. I would say for this year's GDC, the main theme was UGC, user-generated content, but not just like making items, but making games themselves. So that goes to like Roblox, that goes to Minecraft, that goes to Fortnite, right? And so that's one thing I'm super interested now in getting into, which is like make a Roblox game, make a Fortnite Island game, and kind of learn more about that universe and that ecosystem. So I do want to show like a brief like stint of what I'm doing. Let's see here. And I know we'll get to Dino Collectors. I won't keep stalling because their progress definitely has been made. But let's see here. Let's see if I can do this. So let's pause the music here. Okay. And then I'm gonna show off this Fortnite Island here, if that's gonna be possible. Okay, cool. Let me switch over. All right, so this is Unreal Editor for Fortnite, and this is Epic's UGC platform or model or flow, or however you want to call it. And I've been playing around with it for the past month. I created this island like last year, so I have another island that I don't want to show yet, but I will show that because that's probably the one I'm going to actually publish. This one is just like test out game mechanics and test out like learning how everything works. But I would definitely recommend if you're interested in game development and you don't know where to go, and maybe learning a new engine seems super daunting. Either pick up Roblox Studio or pick up UEFN. You know, this is actually pretty fun. Like if you like Fortnite or if you just like the general idea of what Fortnite is, this is super fun and it's all free. And they're actually paying people to make islands. Like not like if you get traffic, obviously, of course, but it's actually pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it. So still connecting, still connecting. Hopefully this all works via stream. Never done this before, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But this is like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Epic Games is they're putting a lot of support behind this. There's a recent deal made with Disney. Disney put in about $1.5 billion into Epic because they want their own like Disney World land, Fortnite Island kind of setup. So that's going to be really exciting. And I think it will draw more people to the platform. Okay, cool. So I'm actually dropping in. I haven't done this before. Actually, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so this is my character for the Doomslayer guy. So this is my little island. And is this a game? Let me respawn. So this is like a island template, so I didn't like sculpt this island myself. I have another island that I sculpted myself and I'm like doing stuff on. That's interesting. Looks like it doesn't have my latest changes. I did a lot of editing work on my laptop. It's supposed to be like a spawner here. And some items, so. Alright, let's end this game. But wow, it really likes flying me away. But it is pretty cool. Like, this is your own private island. Everyone to own an island. Jump on board now. So I will have to get this working because I'm not on my laptop. I'm on my desktop computer. But let's see. There are some. And it just may be like I didn't sync my changes. I know I pushed a button to sync changes, but it does not look like it has my changes. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't have my player spawner, it doesn't have my device, it doesn't have any of that stuff. Okay, so I have to learn how those changes are. Let's look at the revision control here. Open snapshot history. The initial snapshot. Check in changes. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to like pull the latest changes. Okay, well, I guess not. That's not a problem. I will figure this out and I will have something to actually show y'all later in the future. But my main point of bringing this up is like if you want to get into game development, even if you just want to like try it just for fun, definitely pull some tutorials online like YouTube. Go to the documentation at Epic Games or epic.com and or just Google UEFN, Unreal Editor for Fortnite, and just try out the tutorials. And again, it's pretty simple. I don't want to change this level too much, but let's see. Let me just get closer. There's something here. Okay, but like for instance, if you want to like actually grab something, they give you like access to all the Fortnite assets, which is awesome. So we can like drop some characters in here. Like aerial threat. All right, let's just go to prefabs here. Let's go to Coral Castle. There we go. So you just drop that in. See if I can. There you go. If I can move it correctly. All right. So my computer is lagging. Not let me do anything with it. Let me grab it from here. Okay. Well, anyways, I still have a lot to learn. But the point is, you have access to all these assets and you can play with them and do stuff with them, which is pretty cool. And then put into your own coding, use their simple coding language called Verse, and make more updates to your game. All right. Let's see. It's gotta be even easier mesh or something I can play with. Okay. The cylinder. Okay. Cool. All right. Then if I go back, I'm still like what they had in their own old mode of creating islands was Fortnite Creative. So this is like Fortnite Creative right here. So I'm in editing mode. So I can like edit stuff here. Man, I had some sweet changes. Had like assault rifles ready to go and ammo, but I guess not today. Not on today's live stream. Gotta keep learning. But if I respawn, or actually, let's see, if I start a game and jump in, there's all my stuff, so I'll go right there to it. Everything ready to go. And it's there. Now, if I want to add like some devices and stuff, let's see. Let me end the game. And let's see. I could add a player spawn. Let's just try it. I've been already been messing up in this demo, but it is really cool. I will say that it is actually pretty cool. So spawn, or let's see, player. Use like spawn point or something. There we go. So I put this here. Maybe let's put it all the way over here. Okay, cool. And then let me start a game because I don't want to push these changes because I already have like a setup. But I might just have to redo it all the way here. And then let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, so if I respawn, I won't be floating anymore. Classic death. So yeah, now I'm spawning here. So that was pretty cool, right? So I'm already affecting this world, right? If I choose to publish this, which I'm not going to publish this, then other people can play and see that there's like a random castle somewhere in a sphere, or a cylinder. So let's end this game. And then what I have learned, see if I can do this. so we got these devices, and there's something called. I want to say it's an item giver. Yeah, I gotta learn more. I gotta learn more about these devices. Let's see. Maybe I can just search for it real quick. Yeah, we got like a save point. Okay. Yeah. So there's all these. There's like a device. Then you program it, and then it can give you like weapons, or it can give you ammo. But I need to keep learning how to use this stuff. But that's okay. So that's essentially it. That's what I wanted to show. But UGC, user generated content. Check out Roblox. Check out UEFN. That stuff is pretty awesome. All right, let's turn back the music on. And get back into the room. This peaceful room. Let's go. Yeah, so stuff that we've talked about already. Went to GDC. We have some new Dino Collector footage that's already on the YouTube channel, so check that out. Went over our game design document and went over a little bit of UEFN and like what it's doing in there. And again, UEFN is really cool. You can just download for free in the Epic Games launcher. So let me exit out of this. All right. So next up, let me show off the actual gameplay. Of Dino Collectors. All right. So let's see here. All right. So yeah, some painstaking hours. Looking over documentation, trying stuff out, testing stuff out, getting super frustrated at certain times, and that's game development. But ultimately found a peaceful zen space to actually get the stuff working, and I have something to show off today. So that's cool, right? So that's the progress that's been made. Let's switch scenes here. All right, so this is the game. Hello. Now, again, if you've been following the streams, you kind of already seen the screen, so that's nothing new. But this is like very basic Dino Collectors. There's a dino, and it's collecting a coin. Very basic stuff. So now this is what we've been at before, where I try to get a lobby working. So under the hood, you're already authenticated as an anonymous player. You're signed in, and that's kind of using the Unity Cloud on the back end. But here now, we can actually create a lobby. So I'm gonna go click this button, and the UI is still terrible. So that's definitely one of the next things I want to get done is fix the UI. So now we click the button, and I know it seems like nothing happened, but something did happen. So now we have this lobby called Night Battles, and then we can go up here and hit play. And obviously right now it's just us, but this is the game. So I move over to a coin and I collect it. I collide with it and it collects, and I see my score on the top left, go higher. And so the first to 20 wins. So definitely next time we'll actually show some multiplayer gameplay, because it definitely does work. We did a test at a festival this past weekend and had children and their parents playing, so that was pretty cool. And it's kind of hard when you're doing like a multiplayer game where you have to bring like your own equipment. All right, so player one. So we have like some kind of win condition there. So that's pretty cool. And that, like, again, if we were playing with multiple people, everyone would see that player one won on their screen. So we're sharing all of that data, right? And that's pretty awesome. So we're definitely I definitely want to get some multiplayer action here on the channel and show that on the live stream. So that will happen on the next live stream for sure. I will work it out, try to get someone in there. I also need to fix the UI, because a lot of the problems is just the UI is not good. It's not a good user experience, and so it's very confusing to jump in there. Unfortunately, there's another bug I did for myself, is that you're supposed to be able to return the lobby, but you can't click that button. But what I can do is hit replay and then return the lobby and then return the main menu. So there we go. That's the game. That's Dino Collectors. It took a while. It took a while, but it's there. So actually, let's show off just some more of the game development process and go through these commits. Now, don't look at some of these other ones where it says like boo, like that was me trying to get the game ready for the festival, and it just started to break on us like right before we were supposed to leave. So that was like super frustrating. But I believe last time we left off, it was around here. So like we had added the lobby controller and new button prefab. And let's see if I can full screen this. There we go. And so it took a while. So that was like January 14th, January 17th. Yeah, it's not until like January 29th that I get lobby creation working. And that was just a struggle, plus also just doing everything else, trying to find work. So this is still like not my full-time gig. I would love to do this full-time, but this is not my full-time. So lobby creation working, that was like a big day. And I think the major issue with that was, let's look at this commit. So .uni files won't really help us too much. So we got the lobby controller updates, but it was really here in the Unity services area. I was having trouble, as y'all saw from like the last live stream. I was having trouble with like having the players sign in and then not have them sign in because like there was an error coming back saying that the player was already signed in, and so I was trying to mitigate that error or that warning by not having the player signed in properly, which then led to the point where the player tried to create a lobby. You're not signed into Unity Cloud. We don't recognize you. So that's where it was like unauthorized 403 or 401 saying, hey, you can't create a lobby because we don't recognize you. And I thought like, okay, my code is good. What's the problem here? And this line is what kind of saved me. So when you sign in anonymously right here in this method, we're checking that the player's already been signed in. And if the player's already been signed in, you see a little bit lower here, then we do nothing. And that's the beauty of it, right? If they're not signed in, then we actually try to sign them in anonymously, and then we debug out the player ID, and then we move on. We keep it moving, right? And if that happens, then you're able to use the lobby controller. And I have all these debug statements because I was trying to figure out what was going on. Let's see. Yeah, so you're the the lobby controller, and then you can click that button, and that button will go to this method, create lobby, and actually create the lobby right around here on line 42. Let's see, or is it 34? So lobby equals await lobby service.instance.create lobby async. We pass in the lobby name and the max number of players and some other options for the just passing the player information to the lobby. And then all that worked, but it didn't work until I figured out like how to sign in a player and keep them signed in, even if we went back and forth from the main level that we're playing in, the gameplay level, back to the lobby menu, and all back and forth to those scenes without stomping on the fact of the player already being signed in. So this if statement it saved everything. That's pretty much what did it for me. I actually reached out to Unity support, but figured it out before I needed to get to Unity support. So that was like the big update. So yay, got it working. Let's see here. Got a comment. Would you remember a Canadian YouTuber who uploaded video game retrospectives in a sarcastic or comedic tone? No, because I've never watched that before. So sorry, but Guy is anything. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, so moving on. So that was like the code that got everything working. So yeah, so I'm very happy to show that off. Let's go under the hood a little bit and open up the engine. All right. So let me open it up. Open up Unity Hub, open up the engine or the editor. And you can see how things are being connected and stuff like that. And then we'll end the stream. So sorry it was so rough. I'm gonna get back into regular sessions. But yeah, just a whole lot, like trying to get the bug fixed, trying to get to the first milestone, get it playable so other people could play it. And then also going to GDC was just a whole lot going on. But the game is still going on, still in development. We're actually more committed than ever. And there will definitely be more updates as we keep going on this journey together. And thank you for joining. Appreciate that. Yeah, if y'all have any questions, like what games are you making? Are you making games? Are you interested in making games? What games are you playing? And yeah, let me know. Right now I've been playing a lot of Party Animals to get more inspiration for Dino Collectors. And let's see, today I played SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, something else. Like I think Thirsty or something, the rest of the title. But that's actually a really cool game out on Xbox Game Pass. Been playing that. Really fun 3D platformer. All right, so got the engine loaded up here. All right, so this is the lobby scene. So just if I hit the play button, you kind of see like what's going on from like the logging standpoint. So first, we sign you anonymously in, and that succeeded. That usually doesn't error out unless like Unity services are down. We will like log out the player ID. And I need to learn more about like what Unity is doing with the player ID, if that like actually stays consistent or not, or that just changes regardless, like over time it just changes. But it is a way to identify a player even if it's anonymous, like what their actions are in the game from an analytics standpoint, right? So, and analytics being the fact of like, oh, the player got this many coins, or the player hit this many levels, or got this much experience, and kind of over time to see how players are interacting with the game. And if they're enjoying the game, if they're getting stuck, if they're running into issues. And hopefully from a developer standpoint, we know that you're going through issues before you tell us, so that we can fix those issues before you have to tell us. Because by the time you have to tell us, you're like really frustrated. Like I know if I play a game and I'm running into problems already and I have to tell them, like I've gone through a lot of problems to that point and my frustration is like up to here, and I don't even really want a solution. I just want to yell at the developer, to be honest with you. So I understand, as a game developer, I understand from a gamer standpoint, why you would get frustrated. So yeah, so today's stream will be short, but stuff I want to accomplish by the next stream or in the next stream, just work it out, is fix this UI. Because like right now, so if you click create lobby, we have all this stuff going on. These debug logs can be removed, like null, 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 like that doesn't need to be here. So actually, let's see, maybe, and then it pops up Galactic Arenas. So here's one of my frustrations with the Unity lobby system, is if I ping it so that it's like faster, right? If like, and I'll just show you the code. I'll just open this up, show you all the code. So you can kind of know what I'm talking about, because I'm just like talking. Microsoft Visual Studio. This log is happening. So to be honest, let's just remove all this stuff. We don't really need it. And just comment it out. We don't need this as well. And let's just delete this stuff. A lot of debug logs happening that don't need to be happening. Always add them back later if you really need them. Clean up our code a little bit. All right, we'll save that with the compile. Got the compile scripts right there. Oh, my bad. Oh, I forgot to stop play. Let's do that. Okay. All right, let's hit play again. But again, thanks y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting us. Okay, so that stopped. All right. So what happens here with this button is it's tied to a non-click event from the lobby controller called create lobby, which is this public method right here. Public method create lobby doesn't return anything because it's a click event, so it's not supposed to return anything. So it's a void. And so we're grabbing a random name right now. The names are all being created from this. Let's see here. From this string array of names. So for now, that's what it is. Obviously, that's not good at scale, and also you don't want names to kind of stomp on each other. So I'll have to come up with a better system for that. But like the main thing for that is, so like right now I don't want to give power to the players to create their own lobby names. Plus it's an extra UI thing to create their own lobby name. So for now, just kind of give them a name. Anyways, so once we got that name here, max players in lobby constant right now set to 4. And we might have other game modes where it's like, hey, let's go to 6, let's go to 8. But 8 will be the most max of all players, because right now it's just cheaper that way from a Unity Cloud standpoint, and it's also just less hectic. So 4 for now in the lobby. Right now our lobbies are set to default of public, so we set is private to false. Actually, I could get rid of this data, because this is actually all example data that doesn't need to be here. Should I do that now? That's interesting. But it's like, oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, I'll do that later. But anyways, so we add the players. So this is like the first player that gets added in here. And then with that setup, then we call create lobby async, which will do it asynchronously, kind of like going off and doing that thing. So it doesn't like stop the whole game from running. And we pass in the lobby name, the max number of players, which is going to be 4, and then options, which is all this stuff from here. So saying it to public, adding the player information, which I don't even think we need to do that, to be honest with you. But anyways, The key thing here is that once we get this lobby created, it's going to get saved as this variable lobby will get saved to this variable joined lobby, or this property joined lobby. And that looks like, there we go. This is a private property lobby of type lobby called join lobby. And then we use that later on in the start game method. So if you're the host, right? So we're doing client hosted server authoritative architecture. And that's a whole lot to simply say it's peer-to-peer hosting, right? So you just jump on with a friend or someone you don't even know if you want to just play with anybody, and they're the one hosting the game. So it kind of gives them a little more control. There's like less latency because they're the ones serving up the server. But for something, even though it's multiplayer and it is competitive, it's a little bit casual. It's not like Call of Duty. So this is an okay pattern to go through for networking for multiplayer. And again, in the future, if you saw our game design doc earlier, we're going to have matchmaking with game servers. So, we'll have our own game servers at the end. But for now, it's going to be more of a casual client-hosted thing. But it's server authoritative so that only the server can tell you, like, okay, you can move here, you can move there, that kind of thing. So we can get more into that more later. But this leads to our start game method. When you hit play, this is what's being called. We set the relay, which is going to be the actual gameplay server. And then we grab the lobby, and then we add this piece of data, the game key or the join code, and then we save that to the lobby in this update lobby async method call, so that the other players can get the join code, and then they can join the game too with you. So that's kind of part of it. And I need to create an actual Trello board with like more tasks and stuff, so you can actually see like, okay, this is what we're going to be doing next. And so I'll also have that ready for you in the next live stream, and we'll do some more game development. But that's essentially what's going on. So I really just been working in the lobby scene here, and in this level 1-3 scene, and I will save the changes. Yes, I will. And so this is where like all the action, all the magic is happening. But let's look at our scene here. Let's go to our environment. Let's get out of the 2D plane here. And let's zoom in. So this is our environment. Oop, there we go. And I really like this environment. I made this before on a live stream, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. The ghosted coin is not there anymore because it gets spawned now. Which is actually pretty neat. So it gets spawned thanks to a component called the network manager. That's from Unity's SDK, or it's Unity's relay package. So we have a network game manager, and that's doing its own thing. This is more for like my custom network stuff. But we also have let's see, where did I put the network manager? Oh, sorry, it's in the other scene. My apologies. Let's load up the other scene first. Oh, that was the other thing too, was like I created the lobby and start the relay server in one scene, but can I transition the players over to another scene and still keep the connection alive? That was another thing that had to get solved. So that was like, sorry, I'm nerding out a little bit, but that was another thing. So yeah, so we had this empty game object called network manager. And then on the network manager, we slap on this network manager component right here. And we have the main player prefab, right? The network player dyno, which is that right here. Like, hello. And then we have a list for other network prefabs. And then on this list are the coin. So those are only two prefabs that are really being streamed across the network, right? There is data being passed, but then that, like, for instance, like the updating of the player scores and the updating of like the final text of which player won, but that's just data being transferred over, and the client already has the game objects for the text fields to then display that data once it gets the updated data from the network, like, which is actually a really cool concept. So as far as like the amount of stuff being transferred over, it's just really the coins. The coins are being spawned at locations so both players or multiple players can see them, and the player, right, the player's position in 3D space is being translated over data across the network. So that's it. The coin and the player dyno, the network player dyno, is all that. That's all there is. So I said a lot, and we've had a fun live stream, and I want to thank y'all for joining. Really appreciate it. Comment below if there's stuff you want to see next time. If there's like more gameplay stuff you want to see next time. If you just want to see me play more games, I definitely want to do that. I need to get back to playing some games and just enjoying that with y'all on the live stream. But I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for supporting us. Support the Monthly Creative, and see y'all next time.